Welcome to the Whurthy Services training video series. This is Module 5, Advanced Whurthy Setup. In this second video, we're going to walk through island discounts. First of all, we're going to answer the question, what is a schedule island? Then we're going to review islands discounts, and you'll see where this term came from. And then finally, we'll see the island discount in action for the customer. So let's jump over to the staff experience to get this question answered and get the island discount set up. So as is always the case, if I want to look at something administrative, particularly concerning activating a feature, I need to be logged in as a super user. Then I can look over to the Whurthy Links sidebar to the right, scroll down, and then in the administration section, I'm going to click on Whurthy Settings. And now I find myself in the settings screen. And then in the Whurthy Services active card, there is this Offer Island Discount Set Yes. I'm going to go down and click on the Edit Settings button. And then I'm just going to read this out because the field description says it better than I am going to remember how to say it. So, the island discount is a value-added feature of Whurthy intended to reward customers that book to maximize your time and availability. How does this work? By default, when a customer selects an opening, Whurthy will first check the shortest duration of available services and then will identify if their intended booking will lead to lost time. For example, if the shortest service duration is 30 minutes and a customer selects a 10:15 a.m. opening instead of selecting the first opening at 10 a.m., then this will create an island that cannot be booked. So this is what we mean by what is a time island or a schedule island. We're not aware if any other online booking systems are actually addressing this. So basically, it's a problem where if you have 15-minute time slots, but your shortest service duration is 30 minutes, an automated system is going to look for a 30-minute gap to fit in a 30-minute service, right? But if someone has come in and then taken a booking that creates that 15-minute island of time or a time island because you opened at 10, they had the option of the 10 a.m. booking, but they wanted to go for 10:15, and they click and select that opening. Because a computer is a computer, it's just going to go, okay, customer selected 10:15, you're good to go. So the problem then is you've got this 15-minute time island that's being created. Now, it's a bit of a challenge in a way to automatically solve this problem, because unless the online booking system is engineered in such a way where if someone clicks on 10:15, it automatically moves them to 10, that's one way of solving it, but that's a bit of a sledgehammer approach. You've taken away the full freedom for a customer to select their own time slot. The idea then is that, well, if your shortest service is 30 minutes, but you've got this 15-minute gap, it will say, well, would you like to book earlier? So that's always going to be presented to the customer when they book. And so what this does is this question incents the customer, or it asks the customer to select an earlier time slot. And the basic idea is that that really shouldn't be an imposition. Now, there may be some situations, though, where that's something that happens a lot. And that could be because your customers don't read, right? That could be because they're just used to booking on quarter of an hour or they just really don't care. So if you've got that situation, that's where the island discount feature was really born from. It was looking at that situation of, okay, so we can't force customers to change necessarily without designing a scheduling system that is a bit of a sledgehammer, which forces the customer to do something. We wanted to stay away from that. But what if then there became some sort of positive reinforcement? And so to continue reading the field description, selecting yes for island discount will lead to Whurthy offering the discount entered below in the next field as an incentive for customers to change their booking to an earlier time. This feature is designed to help prevent such time islands from forming in your schedule. Selecting no will mean that no discount incentive is offered, although Whurthy will always suggest an earlier booking when a potential time island is identified. Note, if your list of services includes at least one service with a duration of 15 minutes, then the island discount will never come into effect. So that last sentence is really saying, well, because I know you've got a 15-minute or at least one 15-minute service available, we programmed Whurthy in such a way that, well, we know you've got a 15-minute service, so there is the possibility of filling that time slot. So that's what that last sentence means. And then in the percentage, that is just the percentage that you offer. Now, our recommendation for turning island discount on, we'd recommend it with the following type situations. I think, first of all, if you are new to an online booking system, we'd actually recommend that you start with this as set to no. And the reason why is that our sense is that you would want to know that this was a challenge before you started to offer a discount around it. If, however, you know you've got a problem with this, or you start using an online booking system and you start to realize, oh, I've got a lot of 15-minute gaps, at the beginning of the day or right after lunch, because my lunch is till 12:45, but everyone keeps booking at 1, right? They keep taking the 1 p.m. openings as opposed to the 12:45s. So if you notice you start to have a problem, this is one of those features that we recommend is better turned on after you have an objective understanding, yes, that this is a problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through a demonstration with the island discount percentage set at 5%. I'm going to then also put the island discount as yes. So it's going to show us what it looks like. And then we'll get to see how that looks for a booking where we add the island discount to, say, a promotion discount. And Whurthy will actually take care of that. So I'm going to go and update these global settings. And then I'm going to jump over to the customer's experience. Okay, so now I've jumped over to the customer's experience. And so we're going to take a look at this. So I am logged in as a customer. And if I just check my profile, I'll see I'm logged in as a customer. I'm Michael Germain with the loyalty tier of member. So if you may recall, we've got some promotions that are set up. There's one promotion set up in the system for members where between 10 and 10:30 in the morning, the early riser discount is 15% that is automatically applied. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so I'm going to click on the top left-hand corner. I'm going to click on available appointments. And so now I'm going to scroll down and I am going to search. Let's have a look next or a couple of weeks from now. I'm going to look for I'll have a look at the deep tissue massage that's only offered to members. I don't think we've booked this one. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. We can see that between 10 o'clock and 10:30, we've got 3 openings. So this means that if I book at 10 a.m., it's not a problem because that's when I open. As a therapist or service provider, that's when I start my working day on this day. But what if as the customer, I check on this book openings? When I scroll down, now we can see that there is this additional bolded message that reads, to accept an earlier opening at 10 a.m. and receive an additional 5% discount, click the checkbox. So I can go ahead and do that. Now, just so you know, one of the things that we've also programmed into this, if you've got, as a customer, a service credit or a prepaid package credit, these discounts won't show. What will actually happen is it will offer you the checkbox to apply the prepaid package credit. So what we're trying to do with that particular design intention is to not confuse the customer. These discounts are only showing in this confirm booking page when we don't have a service credit, which is a refunded credit, or a prepaid package credit, which is a prepaid package which would already have a discount. So when a prepaid package credit or a service credit is being applied, the discount doesn't matter. And we certainly didn't want to get into the idea of you having to worry about, oh, well, there's a refund that needs to come. So we've removed that discounting language from the booking form here. But in the case where there is no service credit, there is no prepaid package credit, that's when these discount messages are coming forwards, right? So we can see now we've got $97.75, but we're being promised an additional 5%. Now, the final note or the final highlight for this page is if you look at these recurring bookings, what Whurthy did was, in order to prevent the time islands or the schedule islands from multiplying when you have recurring bookings, Whurthy automatically calculated the earlier time. So this is where, when it comes to recurring bookings, we basically made the decision, okay, if someone is going to set a recurring booking and they've asked for that 10:15 time slot, and we're going to offer the recurring bookings, we want to prevent the schedule island problem from compounding. This is where Whurthy Services is meeting, in our minds, a minimum bar that an online scheduling tool or application should meet or should exceed. In this case, if we were offering 6 recurring bookings, but we didn't offer this opportunity to invite the customer to book 15 minutes earlier on the first appointment, and then with the next recurrings, we forced it, you would end up losing an hour and a half in your schedule. 6 multiplied by 15-minute time islands. That, as you started to look at your schedule, it's great that you got the customer to book for 6 bookings. That's fantastic. That's a very good, stable outcome. That's a good business outcome for a service organization, to get customers booking 6 months into the future. It's convenient for them, and it's bringing more revenue stability for the service providing organization. But if the automated scheduling system is not looking at and managing these schedule islands, and it's adding recurring bookings to that, it can start to cost you money in the long run. Really, even though it's only 15 minutes over 6 appointments, if that's happening multiple times, you could be losing tens or hundreds of hours of time in a year. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead, and I have got the $97.75 discounted cost. I'm going to check the earlier opening to get the additional 5% discount. So go ahead and check that. So now it's going to take me back as the customer to my booking, so I get to see how that looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what that means. So we'll just click on the show details. Okay. So now what we can see is a bit more of a breakdown. All right. So we've got this $115 regular cost. We accepted the 15% discount, which meant that the discounted cost was $92. The promotion discount is 15%, remembering that the label of promotion could be sale or whatever word that you prefer, but we're going with promotion in our demo environment. So the promotion or sale is the early riser member. So it's identifying that for us. But what it's also doing is it's bringing forward, when there is an island discount as well as the promotional discount, it's calculating the total savings and putting that in front of both you and the customer. So if you do the math, basically, we've got the 15% discount for the promotion. We added another 5% because of the island discount, which meant that the customer received a total savings of $23 on the base price. So now the customer has a total amount due of $96.60. So hopefully that clarifies what we mean by a schedule island, how this comes together with a promotion. So that concludes our review and walkthrough of island discount. Whurthy, value made easy.